Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, we know the NHS in Scotland is massively underfunded and has been so for many, many years. They can't afford to hire more nurses, more doctors, to buy the right equipment, or even to do routine maintenance, it seems. As for cleaning, well, that's a joke. And yet, considering how cash-strapped they are and how they're always pleading poverty, it may come as a bit of surprise that hospitals have been spending millions of pounds, millions, on foreign trips for management. The nurses don't get to go, of course. No. You have to be management grade. Then you get to travel the world at a very nice first class or business class and go to see how other countries manage their health systems so much better. Well, it's probably because they're not spending millions of pounds sending managers around the world. The Glasgow and Clyde, the worst of them all in my opinion, spent £300,000 on foreign trips last year. This is the same management team that failed to act when told of all the problems during the build, that oversaw the deaths of children, of elderly people, of people just coming in with random diseases because of the dirt and infection in the hospital. This is the hospital whose management team fired people after setting them up, tried to prosecute them even though nothing had been done wrong by them. But the management had got it wrong, but they couldn't be seen to be blamed. These people are spending money on hiring private detectives to go through the private lives of people who dared to complain. These are the ones spending £300,000 on foreign jaunts while people die. This is unacceptable. This is verging, I would suggest, on criminal. That money was not set aside for managers to have little jollies. It is meant to be for patient care. Any manager going on these things really should be held to account, should be made to pay back every single penny, plus interest, plus pay a fine, and then get charged with any death or illness accrued due to a lack of funding within that hospital. Now, all these monies from all these hospitals came out as a result of a Freedom of Information request, because they're never going to voluntarily say it, are they? And they have racked up hundreds of thousands on average each, coming to millions across the whole of the country. And why? Why do they need so much overseas travel? What's the actual reason, other than they're greedy bastards who want to milk the system for as much as they can get before they're turfed out of office? Seems to be the only reason. There is no other reason for them to go. Now, critics are furious, of course. Opposition parties are furious. Even SNP backbenchers are unhappy with this. Many of the staff in the hospitals are obviously deeply upset, and patients' advocacy groups are appalled. And yet I guarantee that it won't stop. I bet that there's already future trips planned, and that management will be looking forward to their jollies and the champagne and the caviar and their business class flights in their top 5-star hotels when they get there. And it's all paid for by patients dying, I think. Nobody should be going. Sandesh Gillane, Tory health spokesman, he says it's disgusting. He's a doctor himself. He knows, he sees it at the pointy end. He says this is absolutely disgusting and it needs to be stopped. And it needs to be seen and highlighted, and everyone involved named and shamed, and that they should all lose their jobs. They're obviously too busy travelling to actually do their jobs, which is why these hospitals are in such a bad, terrible state. But it won't improve. Not while the SNP are in control, because they're the ones who authorise this kind of stuff. And if they were to start making a big song and dance about how bad it is, then they'd be seen that it's them responsible. It was 17 years of SNP rule that's allowed this to happen. And so they're just going to try and sweep it under the carpet and pretend everything is good, like they always do. Maybe it's Westminster's fault. That's bound to be it, isn't it? Let me know what you think. Take care. Goodbye.